So this is going to be very hard for me to say because it is very sad to see someone pass away and at such a young age too. If you guys, I don't know if you saw it, but my husband, Kevin247 on YouTube, he put a video up yesterday, the day before yesterday, and how he was worried and concerned about this happening. And sure enough, he was right, unfortunately. And at ages 38, 39, not even 40 years old, which tomorrow, I've mentioned it before, tomorrow is actually my birthday. I'll be the big 42 years old. And Kevin, my husband, his birthday is in March. He'll be 39. So it's sad to say because the police report states that 38-year-old man died from the elements. All right. I just want to tell you, it's really important to cherish life and to basically live every moment you can and really enjoy your friends and your family. Tell people how much you love them. Tell them that you care about them so that they know and you know that they know. Y'all know what I'm saying. I have 4 stories that I want to share with you, but I will warn you, they may be a little bit on the sadder side than my usual videos. So if this may upset you or may make you cry and you need to click out, like stop watching, I completely understand. Your emotions are more important than anything. So if you need to go, no harm at all. I love you no matter what, okay? So we're going to jump into this now, all right? The first is an update on the missing Navy SEALs, now unfortunately presumed dead after going into the water while in action on a dangerous night mission. They said aircraft ships had searched the Gulf of Aden for 10 days. So the latest is the U.S. military has concluded a 10-day search and rescue mission for 2 Navy SEALs who went missing in the Gulf of Aden on January 11th. The SEALs are unfortunately presumed dead and recovery operations are now underway. For anyone who doesn't know, and this is the first time you're hearing about this terrible tragedy, they went into the water during a mission to intercept a dhow suspected of carrying Iranian-made weapons for Houthi militants in Yemen. Dhows, if you don't know, D-H-O-W, dhows are small fishing or cargo vessels that are sometimes used by Iran to smuggle weapons. But despite extensive search efforts, the SEALs unfortunately have not been found. The mission resulted in the seizure of Iranian-made ballistic and cruise missile components from the dhow. The 14 mariners aboard the dhow are in U.S. custody, and the vessel was sunk after being deemed unsafe. My thoughts and prayers go out to these soldiers and their families. I mean, being so brave to put their lives on the line to protect us and this great country and to lose their lives is absolutely horrific. I want to say thank you personally to all the military personnel out there who have served and are serving and who may serve in the future. I appreciate everything you have done for our country immensely. Thank you for your service. Now, in other sad news and unfortunate incident, authorities in Oregon found a man they describe as their description, frozen to the rocks. All right. Authorities found the 38-year-old Redmond, Oregon man who ultimately died from prolonged exposure to the cold. He was frozen to the rocks below a small cliff, the engine still running in his Toyota 4Runner and a warning buzzer sounding from the vehicle's open door. They said it was 2 degrees outside in the freezing cold Oregon winter and he was still alive. But the details contained in the Redmond police report released by the Deschutes County District Attorney's Office offer a very frightening picture of what happened. And the Redmond Fire and Rescue believe he drove down the alley sometime late Saturday night or early Sunday morning and was exposed to the bitter cold for hours. And after having been discovered, he would unfortunately die later that Sunday at St. Charles Bend and is the only known person to have died during the recent cold snap in Central Oregon so far in this brutal winter. I've often wondered how the homeless population fares in brutal winter months, especially up north in Florida. It's not so bad. It might get down to the mid-20s, but I know there are so many states right now dealing with -degree temperatures, and I can't even imagine what people are going through who don't have the ability to have some sort of shelter, or even those who have shelter but don't have the ability to have heat because of how expensive things are, or for whatever reason. My heart goes out to that man and to everybody else in that kind of situation or predicament. Mother Nature is nothing to mess with, and I hope the unhoused can find someplace warm during times like these. Furthermore, Redmond Sergeant Johnny Dixon had responded to a vehicle crash near 113 Southwest Canyon Drive, where he discovered a silver 4Runner hanging over the edge of a cliff. Following vehicle tracks and fresh snow, he found the 4Runner covered in approximately 13 inches of snow. They said there were no foot tracks near the vehicle and the driver door was open, and Dixon noticed a human figure in a crevice about 5 feet below the cliff edge. The driver, found without shoes, was breathing shallowly and unresponsive. Dixon climbed down to assist and called for medics. The man, frozen to the rocks, was eventually extracted by Redmond Fire and Rescue, and upon further examination, it had revealed a blown-out tire and front-end damage to the vehicle. The man's condition was attributed to the fall and exposure to the elements, but the report indicated no evidence of speeding, and they said it's unknown if the driver wore a seatbelt during the crash. You guys have got to be careful. Please be careful out there, y'all, especially if you're out driving in slick conditions and are traveling alone. If nobody passes you, you know, another passing vehicle may have seen something sooner or whatever, but if you're traveling alone, please be very cognizant of what the road conditions are, of what the weather's going to be like, of where you are. Don't get lost. You know, just try to be as safe as humanly possible, right? Now, another passing that was shared with me, and you guys may know this person, Adam Harrison, the son of Pawn Stars, the TV show celebrity Rick Harrison, has died in Las Vegas at the age of 39. And not only do I want to take a second to pull away from this tragic story to quickly tell you all thank you and that I appreciate you, all of you, I do. If there's ever anything that you want to share with me, or a news story or topic suggestion or request to probe into an investigation of something happening that just does not quite add up, then you can simply and easily do so. And I will put a link in the description to buy me a coffee so that you can send me whatever you want me to look into, okay? You absolutely do not have to buy me a coffee or mimosa, actually, that's how I have it set up. You can share links and more over there. YouTube sometimes holds links. So if you need to share a link, that is the easiest way to do it because they are not held. You can do that. I check it every day. And for everyone else who has bought me a coffee or 40, GM, thank you again so much for that, and shared info, links, and more. I appreciate you immensely. So AP, Associated Press, sadly shared how Adam Harrison, one of 3 sons of reality TV show Pawn Star celebrity Richard Rick Harrison, has died in Las Vegas. He was only 39 years old. They said the Harrison family spokesperson confirmed Adam Harrison died Friday, and she said his death was from a suspected drug overdose, which this is so incredibly important for me to share with you guys, because I just want to, whoever needs to hear this, if they are watching or listening and need to hear this, but alcohol is a silent killer, and sadly it doesn't get enough recognition, and quite possibly because this is linked all the way to the folks within the World Economic Forum, as well as how bad it is here in America. And what makes it even worse is how nobody seems to care. Even the elected officials who are supposed to be tasked with trying to solve this problem. And some of you have may seen where Kevin had just talked about this a week ago in one of his videos, how researchers found that Colorado is 9th in the nation for binge drinking rates. And essentially, experts say what's happening is that the major contributing factors include a social acceptance of drinking, ineffective warnings about the risk, limited spending on prevention programs, and hurdles when attempting to obtain treatment, any kind of treatment whatsoever. They include low taxes also playing a role, exposing how the excise tax on beer and wine is the 3rd lowest in the nation, while liquor taxes rank 4th lowest in the nation, and how also alcohol has also become more widely available, and the recent addition of beer and wine sales in groceries and convenience stores only exacerbates the problem. They also mention how liquor licenses counts have also increased as well. But from what I read, it appears as though data and research points to other states with higher taxes and fewer locations are shown to lower consumption, and both, along with limiting sales hours and greater liability for retailers, were recommendations from a 2018 task force that looked at how to curtail excessive drinking. But in Colorado, none of this has been implemented, and what they're saying is Colorado Governor Jared Polis lists health and safety as a top priority, but considers drinking a personal responsibility. And Democratic State Representative Mark Snyder, whose Finance Committee oversees alcohol regulation, acknowledged to the Post that we kind of forget about alcohol in terms of its risks. But like I said before, they don't care about us. And if you think you may need someone to talk to, please don't hesitate. Now, the 4th story I have to share with you is of David Gale, the 90210 soap star, reported dead at age 58. And the actor's sister, Katie Kalmanaris, I hope I didn't say her name wrong, shared the tragic news on Instagram, saying she'd hold you so tight every day in my heart, and she'd miss him every second of every day forever. She did not give a cause of death. David Gale's Beverly Hills 90210 co-star Peter Ferriero, I can never say his name, confirmed the death as well. And Gale has a long list of credits, if you didn't know, including 7 appearances on Beverly Hills 90210, where he played Shannon Doherty's character's fiance, Stuart Carson. But he's best known for his work in the soap opera world. Speaking of Shannon Doherty, she's actually going through some pretty aggressive cancer right now. It has gone into her brain, and I believe she said into her brain and her spine. It's been a very long battle for her. If you were a fan of 90210, you know, losing Luke Perry a couple years ago. Now Shannon Doherty's got cancer, losing David Gale. There's been a lot of people that I grew up watching that have at this time passed away, which is, it's heartbreaking. Now David appeared on 216 episodes of General Hospital, which I also used to watch. He was on the spinoff Port Charles, where he played Dr. Joe Scanlon #2. This is according to IMDb. And a few of Gale's other credits include Matlock, which I used to love to watch with my Nana. Matlock, Murder, She Wrote, The Round Table, Doogie Howser, MD. I mean, everybody loved Doogie Howser. Perfect Opposites, and Growing Pains. Also used to love Growing Pains. He even starred alongside Bradley Cooper in the 2002 rom-com Bending All the Rules. We know Bradley Cooper from Hangover, or the movie with Lady Gaga, which I can never remember the name when I need to remember the name. Y'all, if you know, put it in the comments because I can't think of it right now. So, like I said, this is a much different video and more, I guess you could say, like a somber vibe. But I really wanted to share my thoughts and opinions with you all, as well as some much needed and very important information regarding personal mental health and the demons people are battling with when it comes to like substance abuse. So please take care of yourselves and make sure you tell loved ones just how much you love them. And if you need someone to talk to, then feel free to reach out. Thank you guys for watching. I love you, Squirrel Tribe.